Hey folks, Deano here again. This time taking a look at Demoniacal Fit's newest offering, as of this recording anyway. There is a Super Saiyan 4 one coming and such, but we'll get into that when we get into it. Yeah, this is Demoniacal Fit's Scarlet martial artist, 16,000 power level. Yeah, even Demoniacal Fit's getting into the subtitles for the releases now. But yeah, the eagle-eyed among you will notice this is pretty much the exact same figure as the Walmart and Target exclusive Kaioken Goku, exclusive to the US, that is. There was a normal sort of metallic Kaioken release a few years prior, but for some reason they reissued him with better eye decos and a matte finish instead, which I personally preferred the look of, but I couldn't get a hold of him. So Demoniacal Fit to the rescue, as usual. They have cloned him, but you will also notice he's not quite exactly the same. The base figure itself is, but you will notice he has the Saiyan Saga kanji, like the Turtle Hermit logo on the front, and the Kami, or King Kai, sorry, on the back. Sorry, I had something stuck in my throat there. So yeah, Demoniacal Fit have cloned it, but they've not kept it identical, as they tend to do. They tend to mix it up a little bit. So yeah, this is literally meant to go with the Scouter Vegeta that released a few months back, the Namek Saga one. And for those of you wondering how, because it's not the same version, they also give you that for free. So yeah, but I'll go over all of that once we get to the accessories. But yeah, very thankful to Demoniacal Fit for doing this. A lot of people, I would assume they're from the US. No offense, folks, but not everyone's got access to the same figures you do. So yeah, a lot of us are very grateful for this release. And it's a very budget release as well. I paid 25 quid for this, which is probably the cheapest Demoniacal Fit have ever gone with their figures. That's encroaching on CT Toys territory level of affordability. But yeah, let's take him off the turntable and take a look at the box. So yeah, in terms of the box, a standard Demoniacal Fit sort of packaging. They are simultaneously copying the event exclusive design boxes from Tamashii, while also at the same time sticking to their own designs, because Demoniacal Fit have been doing this design since pretty much their inception, with a sort of black box or dark coloured box with the figure in the nice coloured sort of ink. But yeah, standard stuff. It's actually quite a small box, surprisingly. I wasn't expecting it to be as small as it is, but I suppose it doesn't come with a whole lot, and it is a really affordable release, so yeah, saving on costs there, I suppose. We have Scarlet Martial Artist, 16,000 power level. Down the bottom, we have Demoniacal Fit 2024, made in China, 15 and up, Demoniacal Fit logo, more on the side, and in the back. We have just some images of the promo shots. So yeah, and Demoniacal Fit with their own blurb, obviously. Can't have Figuarts without a blurb, although the recent Figuarts don't seem to have them, so yeah. But yeah, standard box, pretty much copying Figuarts as per usual. But yeah, let's take a look at the accessories. So yeah, in terms of accessories, like I said, he doesn't come with a whole lot, but he comes with what he needs, which is actually a decent amount for the price you're paying. So yeah, he comes with the alternate hair, pretty much the exact same stuff that the official exclusive came with. So we have the standard here, but in a sort of brownish colour, which is decent. I will say though, I tried this off camera. For some reason the peg is not, or the peg hole is not drilled out properly. I cannot get that to fit on the figure. If you took like a small pen or knife or something, you would be able to widen the hole, but yeah, on mine I do have an issue, unfortunately. In terms of, well, he comes with that one on him in the box, which is the sort of powered up, really high Kaioken sort of thing. We didn't really see this hairstyle until Namek Saga, which, I mean, would be obvious, seeing as how this figure is based off a Namek Saga release. But yeah, it's good of Demoniacal Fit to still include it, even if it isn't entirely accurate. He also comes with 3 faces. The one that's on him in the package is the stern face. These faces, even though like the stern face itself looks a little off, as far as I can tell, they look identical to the official. Obviously, I don't have the official on hand to compare, but yeah, they are almost identical. We have a gritty teeth face, which I do really like, and a yelling face, which I think the teeth gritted face is probably my favourite. I don't like the way that they've gotten looking off to the side and such, especially with this face. Like the teeth gritted face, I can handle it being off to the side, I can make do. But the yelling face, yeah, can we go back to having these facing forward, please? But yeah, he also comes with a pair of fists on him in the package. Standard 2.0 Goku hands, there's nothing really to see here. Pair of Karate Chop Ki Blast hands. Pair of Martial Arts Pose hands. Pair of Splayed Open Ki Blast hands. And a pair of Kamehameha Grippy Style hands. So yeah, and finally it comes with the bonus accessory, which I already showed. This is the skirt piece for the 24,000 power level Vegeta, the 2.5 release. He's not quite a 3.0. So yeah, but yeah, I really like this. I was not expecting it to be as flexible of a material as it is. That is a really, really soft rubber. I do really like that. I will show it on Vegeta towards the end of the review, so stay tuned for that. But just to give you a quick comparison there to the colours, the colours are close enough, but they're not quite exact in terms of the colour variance, but yeah, it will do. It is closer than I have seen from most third parties. And I mean, to boot, this essentially comes free with a 25 quid figure. The version I've seen, what was it from? I think it's Air that done it. It was either Air or one of the multitude of third party accessory companies that are out there now. It was selling like a hard plastic version of this, so it didn't even move. You had to put it together yourself, and it was nearly 20 quid on its own. So yeah, an extra 5 on you're getting a figure. And it is more posable. So yeah, all in all, a decent array of accessories for what you get. But yeah, for the price, I really can't say anything bad about it. Let's take a look at the figure now. So yeah, in terms of the figure, it's your pretty much a standard 2.0 Goku release at this point. We have seen it for the better half of a decade. Not to say there's anything wrong with the 2.0 Goku mold. At this point, I am very much used to it. It's just, can't blame people for not getting too excited about a 2.0 Goku at this point, with how many we've got. Especially considering the fact that Demonical Fit have probably the best 3.0 Goku mold on the market right now. Figuarts are releasing a Daima version next year, which I will be taking a look at. But it more just fits the Daima aesthetic. So he is quite a bit slimmer than I would probably like him to be. But yeah, bit of a shame at that, but we make do with what we have. Plus, we do still have the Demonical Fit one. But yeah, with Demonical Fit having access to that mold, seeing as how they basically made it, well, they made it from the Gohan mold, but well, semantics. You would have expected them to use that mold more than they actually have. So yeah, a bit of a shame that they went back to the 2.0 for this guy. I mean, I suppose they were trying to clone the exclusive. But yeah, there would have been a lot more hype surrounding this release if they would have went with the 3.0. Just putting that out there right now. Plus, I don't think people would have scoffed at paying a little bit of a premium for that mold instead of this one. But yeah, it's still decent. I do still really like the 2.0 release. But yeah, in terms of the colours and such, it's not really showing on camera all that well, but the skin tone does have a reddish hue to it. Honestly, in hand, if you handed me this and I didn't know the difference in the kanji off the bat, I probably wouldn't be able to tell the difference between this and the official one. Going to be completely honest with you, which is really good. It means Demonical Fit's pretty much doing their job. But yeah, I like the deeper red that they went with. I like the sort of brownish colours that they went for the normally blue parts. And the brown on the hair stands out a lot more than, spoilers, their first attempt. Which, yeah, for those of you who don't know, maybe weren't around in the days where Demonical Fit was just starting off, they tried the Kaioken release back then as well. The difference being, and this is it here, this is their original Scarlet martial artist. I think it was actually Scarlet martialist. They pronounced it back then. But yeah, this one is a completely different colour scheme. It's blacks instead of browns, and much brighter colours on the gi. And that's because this guy was based off the 1.0 Kaioken. I think it was a New York Comic Con exclusive at the time. So yeah, they based their 2.0 Kaioken off of that. So yeah, that's why it looks a bit different. But yeah, still a very serviceable figure. This one you'll probably be hard pressed to find anymore. But frankly, I do prefer the new one. Plus it comes with the new hair. But you'll notice this original one also had the Turtle Hermit logo and the King Kai logo on the back. So yeah, they have done the original version of this before. I'll go through the comparisons and differences and stuff with that guy in the part 2 video. So stay tuned for that. I'll be doing head swaps and such, the usual. Lovely stuff. So yeah, in terms of articulation, it's nothing we haven't seen before, let's be honest. The new head, I am not sure if it's because it's been designed that way from Tamashii originally, but you do seem to get quite a bit of motion, quite a bit of range of him. So he can look up but that far. He can look down a fair bit, but it does start to push the face off the hair, so be wary of that. You can go side to side, and a little bit of pivot on that ball joint. Because it's a ball hinge, the standard stuff, if you swap it side to side, you'll get a bit more range side to side and all that jazz. The neck does move a little bit, so you get a little bit side to side and a little bit back and forward. The arms can go out. If you get the shoulder cap out the way, you can go out that far. Swivel really well. Butterfly joint is your standard 2.0 affair, so you can get with that far, which is decent. You can get a pretty decent Kamehameha pose out of that. Bicep swivel, double joint at the elbow, ball hinge at the wrist, the standard cut at the chest or the abs, so you can pull that up, get a little bit more range. I almost feel as if that's still impeded, I'm not sure why. You can go back quite far as well, and you get some side to side pivot out of that. Waist swivels. The belt piece does get up and out of the way. You can sort of pretend he's powering up that way. Legs, 2.0 legs, can kick up that far. You can kick back the same amount. A little bit hindered going out to the side, but you get plenty range. Thigh rotation, a double joint at the knee. No boot cut, but we do get the ankle cut. So it's just your standard double ball peg, so it can push back slightly, push forward even less, toe articulation, and you get a little bit of ankle pivot, but not a whole lot. So yeah, obviously this Goku is nothing special. He is just meant to be another version of Goku on your shelf. He is decent enough, especially for the price. In this day and age, I wouldn't really pay any more than that for a 2.0 Goku, to be completely honest. So yeah, let's bring in the other star of the show, which is 24,000 power level Vegeta. Yeah, we do see what you did there, Demoniacal Fit. Copying the subtitles. So yeah, obviously, decent enough figure. Could have been a lot better. Tamashii kind of half-assed this Vegeta release. But yeah, the one thing that has really bugged me since I swapped out the shoulders, these are Trunks shoulders instead. They fit just as well and are really nice on. I hated those bulbous shoulders. But yeah, I really hate this new crotch piece that they've given this Vegeta. It's even more ugly than the standard 2.0 Vegeta crotch piece, which is saying something. So yeah, how do you hide that? You give him this. So yeah, just to show how easy this is, I have seen a couple of people, both in the Discord I'm in, as well as on various forums, asking how you take this guy's waist apart. Very simple. You just make sure the head is not jagging into you. Preferably take it off, but I don't feel the need to. And you simply just pull. And it's as simple as that. That's Vegeta's waist is honestly one of the easier waists I have popped apart with Figuarts. So yeah, you take this piece and you don't put it on the legs, you put it on his armour. So there is a lip in here, because it's rubber, that can just fit over there. So yeah, just like that, it will sit right on the sort of extended part in the bottom of his armour there. You just make sure it is in centre and pop it back on. And just like that, you now have a Saiyan Saga accurate height Vegeta. Which, yeah, instantly I think that looks far better. Like, really good. I even love the attention to detail that Demoniacal Fit put into the tail. So it actually looks as if the tail is going into his backside, even though it's not, it's just a floating piece. So yeah, obviously with that being a really soft, rubbery piece, it doesn't affect the admittedly limited articulation that this version of Vegeta has. So that's as far out as he can go anyway. So that gets out the way really well. He can kick up just like that, and the armour completely gets out the way. It just folds over. Just obviously take care with that, because if you leave it that way, it will get stuck in that position, and you will have to heat it up and fix it and all the rest of it. But yeah, I think that's basically the start of this release, to be completely honest with you. So yeah, on camera you can't really even tell the difference in like the colour of the yellow. There is a very slight difference in the colour, but it's barely noticeable, like at all. Even with these really strong lights on him, it's totally fine. So yeah, this is your call to go out and buy a second Namek Vegeta, just to turn him into the most up-to-date Saiyan Saga Vegeta we have seen thus far. But yeah, guys, that'll do it for this review. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. And until next time, oh, before I forget, because I always forget, link in the description if you want to buy this guy. I'll see if I can find a link for this guy. He has been out for a couple of months, so stock is dwindling of him. But if I can find links for these two, they will be down in the description. So yeah, that'll do it for this review, guys. Until next time, I'll see y'all later.